Vincenzo's Go Crypto Investing this August the 3rd, 2025, early afternoon altcoin daily update. Bell notification, comment down below to help spread the truth, integrity, information, and education on this growing movement as we all are on our way to become asset millionaires together via gold and silver, bullion and mining stocks, 401k, steady investing, cryptocurrencies, real estate, and your cash on the side, earning short-term CDs or bonds 3 to 5% for emergencies and or buying a new or acquiring more of an existing asset. And if we look at AMP, you can see we've had a nice pump up today. Yesterday we were just above the 0.00316. We had about a 10% pump this morning. And then we got rejected by just about the 50-day in the daily. And if we zoom out here to the 4-hourly, and now we're consolidating just above where the pump started. And what we want to see now going into the open tonight, into this week, is we continue building up on that recent pump, get back on top of the 50 at 0.00383, and then work your way towards the 100-day moving average in blue. That would be the bullish option, and what you'd want to see to try to eventually work your way up towards that 0.00578. Obviously, on a rejection, your 0.00316 or the purple line, our multi-year pattern down there, or 3-year pattern support. That's your major support that you have to hold in worst case scenario. DGB is the same thing. You got a harsh rejection in the daily, got back below the 0.00839. And that's your critical spot now, to where if you got to get back above that, or you're very bearish. As long as you're below this line right here in yellow, you're extremely bearish, and your underneath target is 0.00564, right? But if you get back above this, your next upper target is up here at 0.0120, right? About 1.25 cents. And that's what we're looking at in the short term. But you got a lot of work to do that in the immediate short term. You're below our descending resistance here in red. We'll change that to make it a color that we don't have a lot of on here. Or in orange. And your horizontal yellow resistance. You got to get back above both of those to get short-term bullish. But right now, you had a big fall from about the 1 cent level, right? So that was a pretty big fall, but that's where you're at with that. If we scroll down, we did algo earlier. XCN, it's the same thing. You're down below the 0.015 or the top part of this purple trading zone. And as you do know, if you're below this, you're bearish. So right now, you're trying to get back above the 200 in the daily. You're sitting at it just above it right now. And then you're trying to sit back on top of this 0.015 to get back to short-term bullish. And then try to fight over the 50 and the 100-day moving average in the daily, right? You can see where they're at right now. We're actually about to have a bearish cross. If the price doesn't get back up, you can see the 50 is just about to cross and go underneath the 100-day moving average, and that would be a bearish cross in the daily. So it's very important right now that you start to get some bullish momentum in XCN, or your next major move is going to be down here at the bottom part of this purple trading zone at 0.00810. If you get any kind of bullish support and can get back above this 0.015, your major upper resistance that you're a long way away from is at the bottom part of this next trading zone, sitting there at about 2.25 cents. XDC similar. Now we got what looks like a double topping rejection off of the 10-cent level, which is a major resistance level. If that is to be the case, your next major area of support is the 50, followed by the 100, and then the 200 that's right below that. Stop it. That's right below that. So if you can't get any kind of more bullishness here and you continue to trade sideways and down, you'll eventually fall into these moving averages, and that's what you need to hold in XDC if you want to stay bullish. If you get below those moving averages, you're extremely bearish, and it brings this 4 cent back into play, right? But there's a lot of work to do that. But if you can stay above the 200-day moving average, you can reload and eventually try to break the 10 cents. On the short term, HBAR, same thing. You got a double top rejection just below the 34 cents, just below the mountain double top from back here after the Donald Trump induced rally. And now you're sitting just above the 50-day moving average. The 100-day is just below that, and the 200-day is just below that. And what you want to do is you got to hold these moving averages to make another run at 34 cents. If you get below these moving averages, you're going to run back into 15 cents, likely get rejected by it and start to trade down. And that would bring this severely depressed target down here of 0.08797 back into play. But first, in the short term this week, you're going to look to see if you can stay above these three moving averages in the daily. If you can, you're looking at 34 cents. If you can't, you're coming right back down to the 15 cents. LCX got rejected by the 14 cents, has not been able to reclaim that. These constantly for 6-month descending overhead moving averages that are all extremely bearish continue to beat the price down. Look at that. Ever since here, those moving averages beat the price down, beat the price down, beat the price, beat the price, beat the price, beat the price, down, down, down. And now it looks like you're probably going to have to touch this 0.0926 before you can try to maybe reclaim the 14 cents. But any kind of local bounce, obviously the 50 and 100 above it are major resistance levels. Like the channel, we'll give you a nightly update. I'm going on the jet skis. I'll be back around sunset this evening. Peace and love. Jay, the Rock's Eyebrow.